shit.
Lying on the beat. Lying on the beat. Flocka Trent. Jug. Jug. 448 boys. I'm telling you. Kitchen, packs from Cali. They land. They call me the Pound Man.
I'm telling you. Hey now, say now. You understand me? Flocka Trent checking in, man. Listen, this is the Neo and Flocka show. It's me, Flocka Trent. Got my boy Nee Ski. You dig what I'm saying? Listen, we talking about all things cannabis. You dig what I'm saying? We talking about the black market. You understand me? We talking about the legal sector. You dig what I'm saying? All things in between, man. Listen, man, like, comment, subscribe. Follow our Instagrams. You gonna tag them. Follow our YouTubes. You gonna tag them and bag them, man. And also, if y'all got questions for any of our videos and things of that nature, just leave it in the comments. Our comment section in our videos go crazy. Like our comment section in our videos go crazy. Like real talk. Like it's a lot of good dialogue. It's a lot of trollers and the haters, but it's more
like a real community.
Yeah, like it's a real community, and that's what we here for. Our cannabis community is gonna be a safe space. All y'all who be trying to troll or try to make other people look bad for not knowing certain things, bro. Everybody isn't an expert. Like we all drive vehicles. You're not a fucking mechanic. Like some of us can take care of cars better than others. Some of us have more comprehensive skills. Some of us love vehicles so much to the point to where
we're enthusiasts.
We're enthusiasts, man. We willing to take it apart piece by piece to see how every intricate part works. You dig what I'm saying? Some of us just like cars. Some of us just like to hop in and look good, look fly, look fresh.
That's me. I love cars, but I don't know nothing about how to change oil, nothing. So
and see, like I'm one of the people,
but I'm not gonna act like I'm an expert. But I love cars. But you can't say I'm not a car guy because there's certain things. I know I research cars and things like that. So you can't be like, oh, you're not a car guy because you don't know how to work on cars. Because there's people who'll be like, oh, what's depths? And then, you know, and then people go and like make fun. Oh, you don't know what depths is? It's like, bro, everybody's at different levels. Like
everybody at different levels. Man.
Like make people feel bad just because, you know, maybe you're this expert and somebody else is just learning and they maybe just ran across our page and now they're interested in the industry. So it's no reason to put people down because they're not on your level.
Yeah. So we would appreciate y'all like in the comments, bro. You ain't gotta put other people down for your light to shine. You know what I'm saying? Like the comment, pop your shit though. Pop your shit on what you know. Straight up. Pop your shit on what you know in the comments so you can help the community, bro. Because at the end of the day, we either smoking this shit, selling this shit, or we feeding our families off this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like me and Neo making the way, we opening the doors, not just for our podcast and dialogue, but in 2 to 3 years, I plan on having a farm. Not just cannabis though, like growing fruits, vegetables, and all that. I was an agriculture major for 3 years before I got expelled and then went to prison and then got out and went to another college and I just graduated in athletic coaching.
Yeah.
I finished out because they didn't have ag, but my goal in 3 years is to have a real life thriving farm.
Correct.
So if anyone can give dialogue in our space that'll help any subscriber, any supporter, that's what me and Neo, we doing this shit for. We not doing this shit for, oh, let's blow the spot up. Let's give all of the feds all the secrets and all that, like y'all be saying we do. Like bro, we not
I'm not
doing,
even going. I'm not even. That's
yeah,
not
yeah.
Even,
We're not gonna do.
We'll go on a 30-minute tangent.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
I'm not even just start ignoring people that say that, bro.
So like our community is to help you all.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna help us get more knowledgeable. It's gonna help you get more knowledgeable. And who knows, man? Because if you notice, the new trend now in the culture is get money
by any means.
That's the new
ethically, and by any ethically means necessary.
You feel me? See, the new trend, it was a wave of BS, violence, and all that. Now, everybody who was on that, who survived that, is looking like, yeah, I can't go back to that. The culture now is get money. So if you can ethically get money with people from all over walks of life, bro, that levels the playing field. The playing field is only uneven because we're just divided economically. But if everybody got on the playing field to make bread, nobody would be divided no more, bro. So when you tuning into our dialogue, the Neo and Flocka show, all things cannabis. That's what you're tuning into, to get inside a community for free. Who knows what we might do in a year? In a year, we might do a Discord where you only get 20 minutes, like them other niggas be doing. You only get 10 minutes on YouTube, 20 minutes on YouTube, and then you got to pay a subscription to hear us for the money.
Are we doing live shows and you got to be in whatever area that
You know
we
what I'm
at?
saying? You never know. We might grow to that in a year, but right now, bro, like, so come to the community, man, in right arms. Because to keep it a bean, me and Neo ain't even been blocking you motherfuckers yet. We really ain't been. Like, there's a couple of people that had to get the Matumbo. It's a couple, but like Mbanyana, man, when Mbanyana type shit. When Mbanyana talking about hand your shit up.
Hey, I seen him in person, bro. He was so tall, like, bro. It was unreal how tall he was. Like, it was a kid. It was like at this Nike event. It was a kid who was 7 feet. He was like, he made the dude that was 7 feet or like 6'11" look like he didn't even look 7 feet. Like, bro, he was so that's something else. But that's funny you brought him up.
I'm telling
that dude was so tall, bro. That shit is crazy.
You all keep with the disrespect. Wembanyama, beat your shit off the glass all the way to the next part of the court. Beat your shit off the glass. You're getting blocked from everything. Anything you from your algorithm, you dig what I'm saying? From your AP address, Wembanyama. Wow, blocking your shit off the glass like LeBron. Keep playing. I ain't playing no more with y'all. I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired.
Yeah. What's been on your mind the past week or so?
Kind of. I've been seeing a lot in the chat that people been asking, what are depths? Light depths. So I know what I know because I done been in the field, I done been on groves, and I done been in the plant, and I done been in the traps. But again, I always like to give credit, and I always like to go seek information. So Sunleaf Seed Co., that's some breeders, genetics, you know what I'm saying? They real genetics. They some genetics when it comes to the marijuana and cannabis industry. And they, Sunleaf, like, shout out to them guys over there, bro. Like, they really like know they shit. And one of the CEOs of the company was very enthusiastic about like just sharing some information about. Oh my god, man, this nigga cutting the grass and just shout out to my yard man. He could have can't do this early in the morning. He chose to do it in the afternoon, the evening,
middle of the day.
Shout out to him, bro. But yeah, Sunleaf Seed Co., they wanted to share some information for the chat, like basically the, you know what I'm saying, diving in so you can kind of get what the difference between depths, light, assistance, and indoors, and the pros and cons of all of them. So I'm gonna just play a couple clips from them.
Yeah, so that first question, what's the best profit per grow style? In my opinion, is going to be depths, because you can get a couple depths per.
So this is from a geneticist who grows and makes genetics. Listen, what he do. I need to hold up. Let me run it back.
Yeah,
let me run it back, because in the chat, it's a lot of people saying, "Oh, I wouldn't smoke that," and
you're too good for depths.
Yeah, you smoking a dub? You. He didn't send so many voicemails. But yeah, though, bro. Basically, what he just said just now was depths. Best price range, and let me see if I can refresh it some kind of way. All right, bet. Yeah, here you go.
In my opinion, it's going to be depths, because you can get a couple depths per season, and you don't have any power bill. And the depths you're pulling them in the right part of the season, where you don't have a bunch of moisture that can get in and give you a bunch of mold and whatnot. So out here, what we see is the depths are probably your best profit margin. And like I said, you're not doing them full term. So sometimes your depths look like ends and they can pass off for ends. So like guys make a little bit more money on them. A lot of it has to do with like visual appeal of the bud. You could tell if you've been in the industry for a minute, especially out here, and you're like an industry professional, like you can see indoor versus outdoor versus depths versus, sometimes the light assist is tricky, and the light assist is good. I would say the light assist greenhouses are going to be better quality than depths and outdoor, but obviously you're sacrificing some of your profit in your lights, running your lights.
This is from a geneticist, and this is shit that
people who went to school probably for agriculture and things like that, like somebody that got certificates and experience, correct?
Or grandfathered in.
Yeah, or they got the experience. Either they went to
experience.
school, because you can go to school for agriculture. Like
You can
what?
go to school.
Yeah,
You can go to school for hydroponics and weed.
yeah,
They have colleges for weed.
correct.
This is what I'm trying to tell you all, and this is what I've been saying for a long time in the trap. Don't get hooked on the look. The look in the black market is damn near 70% of the shit. It's 70% of the sales. The look, but this is a geneticist who just told you, yeah, light assistants may look a little better, but light depths are really what's going. In fact,
And can you because we might have to just break it down. What's the difference from light depths, light assist, and indoors?
I think he dug it.
Because we just want to get to the basics. Because I think a lot of the content we made, we're just assuming people were at a certain level, but some people are like, "What is depths? I don't know what that is."
Yeah. So let's go to the next.
Personally, I always indoor is the best quality because we can control the whole environment. But even that, when we're talking high grade indoor, it's like, hey, it's still costing us, $700 to $750 to grow each pound, and that's with all the overhead on it of having it trimmed and everything. And so like, right here in this market, guys are barely breaking even. A lot of it is like you're just making a little bit off of each pound. So it's interesting times as far as the industry goes, especially across the country, because some areas pays higher than others. Like if you're forced to grow locally or to sell where you grow, like your numbers are all gonna be different.
So right there. So the difference between the indoors are climate control. I guess indoor is kind of like
you can control every aspect of the growing process.
But however, it's extremely costly.
Correct.
So he said on average $700 a pound just to grow, and I think he said not even including utilities and things like that.
If you got employees, your real estate, all that.
So a lot of them guys rent too out there. Like a lot of them guys rent cribs. Like they got people out there who rent you their house, rent you their property, and let you grow. Like what I'm saying? Like when you're into that shit, you really know what's happening. Yeah, so like your grower might not even own. Like I know a dude who retired from the NBA, and he had a farm out in NorCal. I ain't gonna say exactly where. And he pulled, like one time I had a discrepancy. They was trying to give him some bad packs, and he happened to be coming from Atlanta. Pulled up. I'm talking about like 6'11". He was jacked too, and I'm out there. I'm going. I ain't going hard, but when he pulled up, you can see in my face. I'm like, I'm on some shit. Like I ain't leaving. It's about to get ugly. And had a regular conversation. And this is what I say about keeping your composure and being a stand-up person. I know I'm shifting, but I gotta say this: when you're a stand-up person in business, you never know who you run into, bro. I didn't know that he was the owner of the farm, and we having a conversation. He asking me what's wrong, and I'm like, bro, they trying to give me bad pack like I'm crazy, bro. I'm like, I didn't pay for this shit. And if I would have said, I'm about to flash out and I'm about to kill everybody up here, I'm about to jack these niggas and take my money back. I'm talking to the owner. This his shit. He came up. I thought he was another buyer from out of town.
Yeah.
He gave me his number, bro. Long story short, bro. Dude, the real deal in this shit. That slight 2-3 minute window conversation that we had determined, can I trust this young bull? What kind of shit is this young bull on? So a lot of you all, sometimes you gotta listen, bro. And it gotta be in your heart. If it's in your heart to be fucked up, you cooked already. It's only a matter of time for you to get on the grill. But if it's in your heart that you righteous, yeah, you might take some losses from some snakes and shit, but you always gonna bounce back 10 times harder.
Yeah.
So one of the differences with the indoor is that it costs more to make it, but it's more quality control. It's a controlled environment which yields a better quality of smoke. Don't expect to pay $1,000 for an indoor bowl from your fucking plug. From your
it don't mathematically make sense when people are saying, "Oh, I can get ZA indoor for $800." Like mathematically, it doesn't. There's no possible way. Like it just doesn't make sense.
And remember the first message that the geneticist said: light depths are the best way to go, the best cost-efficient way to get
for
profit. So a lot of y'all got that ZA. It's depths, baby. Shut up. Shut up. You got depths calling it ZA because you don't fucking know your shit. Let's just keep it a bean. That's what it is. Stop it, bro. Stop it. Real genetics costs. Let's dive deep. And this is not coming from Neo and I can tell you guys don't know what you're talking about. Bro, we never said we knew everything. But guess what? It's 2025. You got motherfuckers who know way more. And guess what? They love the Neo and Flock show.
They tapped in with us. And this is what is called references. We're giving you references. Primary. If you go to school, when you write essays, a lot of y'all haven't went to school. You can't just write an essay. You have to have a separate paper that shows where are you getting this information from. It's called primary sources. Secondary sources, primary sources. We're giving you primary references from people that are experienced, that have done it for years and years in the industry, saying the same thing that we're saying. We might not be able to dive as deep into it as him because we're not in the field every day like how he's growing, but he clearly stated what we were saying. You know what I mean? And it's not like we just pulling it out of our ass. Like,
and we using colloquialism. So like, if you don't know what colloquialism mean, that means like slang. Like nigga gotta use slang terminology to reach the masses, man. Everybody don't understand the fucking C square plus B square. You feel me? But you understand bag it and sell it. Put the fucking weed in the bag, put it on, scale it, bag it, answer the phone. Yeah, you understand that. So I'm gonna give it to you raw like that so you can understand, because again, the cannabis community helps everybody. Let's get back to what the geneticist is saying. Again, shout out to Sunleaf Seed and Co. because he's diving deep in information that he didn't have to give. Just like me and you don't have to give this shit. We can be behind the scenes working on whatever we got going on with our lives. But we're gonna give it to you because this is a full community. This is a community where the bag don't never stop. There's always gonna be something to gain in this community. Let's dive deep some more. Let's see what he's saying. And I'm giving this to y'all raw before I even listen to it to cut through.
As far as the pros and cons of each one, I think, we'll start with depths. The pros of depths is that you get to use the sun and you're going to initiate your flower cycle with a tarp. So you're going to use, you can utilize the good parts of the season here, like the spring and the midsummer, and you're going to get great weather, and a lot of your products are going to turn out great compared to your full-term outdoor. The cons of that are, if you don't have really, there's very different types of depth tunnels. There's guys who do it super basic and there's no ventilation. And there's guys who have ventilated tunnels. So your cons in there depend on what your setup is. You could be facing a lot of high heat time. And especially if you're depping right in the peak of the season, we're getting 16, 17 hours of light. That's where the sun is going to be on your tarps, and your tunnels are going to get hot. So there's risk involved in your depths, minimal ventilation, having some sort of mold issue run through there kind of deal. Your pest pressure is going to be a little higher too, because, when we get to the end of the season, we have that cold weather snaps that can kill off a lot of pests that.
Man, this dude, I ain't heard nobody in the comments break it down. You could just tell by the terminology, the way how he structures what he's talking about. Like he knows what he's talking about. Like you could just tell.
And I always been a fan of light depths. I 100% been a fan of light depths, from the rooted to the tooted, from the lows to the high end light depths, because it makes the most sense. And you could just keep growing that shit. Let's see what he's talking about with light assist. And again, we doing this for the breakdown for you all to just know more about marijuana. You know what I'm saying? Know more about cannabis, bro.
Growing techniques, things like that.
Because you never know where this journey might take you. You smoking weed now, you buying pounds now. Shout out to Cannabis. Cannabis is a delivery service in Houston, Texas. They service the whole Houston, deliver it to your door like DoorDash. The CEO and owner of that company was buying bowls from me some years ago. He's making $28,000 a month right now, delivering gas. He was buying bowls from me at one point, and then he turned around and he helped me start my online. This is the kind of community that me and Neo got, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we're about to dive deep some more.
Pros and cons of light assist are going to be like, you get the best of both worlds, right? Ideally, the light assist, is some of the best situational, because you get to use the sun. you're mostly indoors. You know, some of these greenhouses are not set up really nice. I've been in a few where it's like being inside, and I've been in some where you can see outside from inside the greenhouse. So, and they're still running lights on them. So it really depends on your setup. But going on the nicest side of these in light assist greenhouses, hey, you're getting to use the sun, and it's almost like you're indoors. So you're able to control the temperatures and the climate better than outside, and better than a low grade greenhouse, but not as good as indoor. But you get to use the sun. So anytime you can cut your power back, it allows you obviously to a better profit margin, because the overhead on that bud is not as high having to run power, you know.
What's your take on what he just said with the light system?
I feel like it's really the best of both worlds from what I kind of heard of. But if it's not done correctly, you can eat into your profits, because it's like you're still using the light. Rather, if you're just doing the greenhouse with no light assist, it's just all sun. But there's people that are super dialed in to where it can still look like indoors. So, man, this is interesting.
You really got to be dialed in when you're growing it.
There's so many different factors.
A guy called me. He growing on his own. He got this shit set up. He growing out his apartment, bro.
Yeah.
Growing out his apartment. He got his kids there and shit. And the kids, like, he hit me on FaceTime, like, Flock, I want to talk to you. Chopping it up.
Yeah.
He showing me his shit. He growing this shit, like, probably in a 6x6 little area. And he said he been getting, like, 5 bowls every 90 days or some shit off his own shit. But it's, like, real genetics. Small batch. So
Small batch.
5 bowls every 90 days of shit that he's selling. He going 10 a gram all the way through, and it's going. And he's still getting other work, and he's still getting other bowls. So he got genetics that he growing that shit. He got his own overhead. You know what I'm saying? He got the shit set up. He got the carbon filters and shit, LED lights to knock down a power bill to where it ain't scorching the power bill.
Crazy how it is.
He didn't figure out that if I could run this kind of electronic and this kind of electronic, then I can just substitute by not running that electronic and run my greenhouse in my apartment. So the 5 bulls that he growing, he making about 6 bands off them alone, because they real genetics.
Yeah.
And he like, shit, I'm cutting out a whole lot of shit. He like, yeah, it's only 5 every 90 days type shit. But I got high-end clientele off that, just off growing. Outside, you know what I'm saying? He growing real indoors. You could almost say light system, but it's real indoors. But he dialed in. I don't think he worked. He dialed in.
Yeah.
He like, and in today's era, he was basically telling me like, this shit almost automated. He like, his plants eat food when they ready to eat. He like, his plants drink water when they ready to drink water. He's like, he got it like it's damn near automated through the phone and shit.
That's crazy. So
when these big grows, they growing that shit. Like, yeah. Let's go into the next. I think the next one should be maybe indoor, because he went over depths. Like assist.
Damn, how much?
Like, bro, like,
yeah, bro was.
They be fucking with Flock, bro. They fuck with me, bro.
And it's like information like this, they not just giving out to the average person.
Oh, like, see,
and we giving it out to the masses, and he knows that, because he really messed with you. He knows that you probably gonna share it out, but it's like that's the platform we've been able to cultivate. It's like we getting the casuals, we getting the intermediate, we getting the super advanced people like him. We just trying to, man, mesh everything together.
And like you all, it's gonna be hard to find this kind of information, because these type of guys, they don't have the time to talk to everybody. Just like I don't. That's why I talk so much shit on social media, because I could just get straight to the world. Even if I want to vent some shit, I could just, I ain't gotta talk to 3 of my fucking homeboys, 1 of my homegirls, my auntie. Man, I could just get to the world, and they all follow me. So they're like, damn, you all right? Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
So the kind of information that we getting and shit, you know what I'm saying, that we giving and all that is basically, them folks not gonna give y'all the same information. They don't got the time to dish it out to 30 people in their DMs asking this shit. So keep fucking with us, man. Like, we're gonna keep doing it for the culture.
Obviously, your overhead in building out a building and building maintenance, irrigation, there's a lot of little things, but full control of climate, full control of irrigation and waterings, is really ideal, in my opinion, to produce the highest quality flower. For someone like myself whose lungs are really sensitive, that flower that Wool gave you, man, that's like stuff that we grew here, man. And it's important to me that it's like smooth and it doesn't, you know, that there's no issues with it. So I think my favorite style obviously is indoor. I think the cons are that, you know, the amount of money that you're going to have to spend to produce those pounds is much higher. As far as like cons of growing and the end result, I think some people are going to tell you might not get as much terpenes. Obviously, you might not get as much yield as the sun, but just the quality. You don't have the atmosphere, all that dust and pressure and everything that's outside, inside, you know, that those buds are sticky. You know, you grow this stuff outside next to a dirt road, like all that dirt that gets kicked up, I mean, you don't see it on the plant, but it's on there, you know. And so all the pollens and everything from outside, that's another con of any of these that you're growing where you're growing outside in the atmosphere, like pollens from other trees, pollens from other plants, and when other, you know, weeds and stuff, dust, all that stuff is in the air. It's floating around, and you know the buds will pick it up, and it's very difference in the air.
That's one thing I never thought about with the light depths and the light cities. It's pollen from other plants. Like the effect of it. I mean, obviously pollen is needed. The world revolves around maybe pollen. You know what I'm saying? Germinating and all that. But I just never thought about the effects of like the quality of your product versus the quality of your product not having dirt, excess plant, excess bugs, excess pollen. So the quality of it not having none of it.
Yeah, it's crazy how deep it gets.
This shit get deep, bro.
Yeah.
Get deep, like
Like
so.
every little factor matters in growing like great product.
So when guys growing this type of product, you gotta understand that it costs. So that's why who can fuck the prices up the most? Y'all fucking this shit up. You go if you go pay for some of this shit that he's talking about, he's growing, and you turning around and selling $5 grams.
You're selling yourself short.
Listen, you selling $5 grams disguised as a 7 for some real genetics indoor, bro, you tripping. You a dickhead. Sell the $5 grams disguised as a 7 of some light depths, or that booth pack, or that pack that like the pack that you don't like, the Oklahoma pack, Neo.
The Air Jordan pack.
You know what I'm saying? Like disguise it with that material, bro, and force the custo to pay for what they want. You gotta force the custo to pay for what they want. Just like they force us gas prices, they up it on gas and they say, "Yeah, take that." What you gonna do?
Or shit, if you got it, or if you got a foreign, you got to put in a premium gas. You go and put in that regular gas in a foreign car, you're gonna fuck the engine up.
You're gonna fuck the engine up, or
Yeah.
you're gonna be putting gas every 30 minutes because that gas gonna burn like this in that form. I didn't tried it. Burn fast, but you turn around and you hit the boom, you hit that one time, nigga. Quarter tank, half a tank, third, like yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all gotta stop being in a race to get to the bottom. This is telling you what like how y'all like to say the time and effort and the variables that's put into growing real za, and they not even willing to sell it to you for the low. So if the grower is not willing to sell it to the plug or the broker or the middleman to the low, and the trapper is willing to sell it to the custo for the low, something is wrong with that. Let's jump over to do you think a legal company who has to pay taxes, has to have an accountant or CPA, has to have a lawyer on retainer, and overhead monthly and employees,
sales reps to get into the dispensaries,
marketing, ads,
marketing.
Do you think that a legal dispensary is gonna? Why do you think the dispensary prices are so high? Because they're getting genetics, and the genetic man saying, okay, yeah, you're buying 500, 300 pounds. Oh, you're buying 500 pounds, you bought 50. You bought 50 shock lottos, you bought 50 AK-40. You bought, you know what I'm saying, 7, you bought 50
pink runts.
You bought a strawberry Fanta, gelato 41. You buying all this, but we're still gonna tax you we're still gonna hit you for $1,000 a pound, and you're a dispensary. So the dispensary coming at you, and they want it all out. The dispensary wanted gram for gram. You want a 3.5, $42.50. You want a 7? 7 and 199.
They need every cent.
They need it, man. Come on, man. So you in the black market for certain shit. Obviously, the black market is the black market for a reason. You know what I'm saying? But you got to make the customer shop, bro. Especially one thing. We all customers to something.
Yeah.
You gonna pay for what you want. Point blank. Period. Whether it's a
It's
couple.
like you doing a disservice to the game when you just cutting the prices, because it's like after hearing him, it's like, bro, all the expertise and the different variables that he gotta figure out, and if it's too much pollen, this happens. If it's not enough pollen, they trying to balance all this stuff on the fly, and then here you go around like a dickhead, get a bag of za, which you claim you go buy a bag from him, and you just making whatever you can. You like what you said, selling 7s for $20, and it's like, bro, you just doing a disservice to everybody else that's honorably in this industry.
Dishonoring the game.
Yeah.
And again, remember, me and Neo still haven't talked about other parts, other risks associated with the game on all ends, from robbery to motherfucking rats. We still haven't even got on that yet.
Really deep.
We
Yeah.
still haven't even divulged into that yet, bro. So certain places where you at, it's not worth to have a price war.
Do you think the issue is because most people don't know the intricacies that go into this? Do you think that's one of the reasons?
I think the issue is the surplus of cannabis mixed with people don't know the levels of cannabis.
Yeah.
So if you knew what a genetic was,
yeah,
versus just a light assist strain, then you would be like, hell nah, I can't sell you this for that. Come on, man, this is for this for that. But because people don't know, growers can sell at a cheaper price shit that look good. Like remember what he said, like shit, some of the light depths be looking real good, but not even better. Some of the light assistants looking real good, but they're not better than the light deprivation. The light. So a person who don't know that, you go off the look, and then the look was cheap. So now you feel like you could just cheap it to your custo. Now it's a super price war.
Yeah.
So now everything that looked like that, the custo is like, I'm not paying the high for that. It looked like what I bought last week. I bought an ounce for 75 and it looked like the same, but you telling them, no, bro, this is genetic. Like I need 150. Shit, I bought an ounce like that for 75 last week. No, you didn't. Not like that. It might look the same, but you didn't. It's not hidden like that. But see, the average custo and the average trapper don't know that sector of the game. Yeah. Especially in the black market, the average trapper know the black market, bro. Know their niche in the black market. Yeah. And then the black market, it bounces down on so many other levels. Man, you got Jefes, you got super boss, you got underbosses, you got it's all kind of shit you gotta watch. You gotta watch for rats, the police, you gotta watch for bad packs, you gotta watch for triple crosses, double crosses. Yeah. So after you didn't work your brain to maneuver around the motherfucking maze of maneuver around all those dangers, the last thing on your mind is what the fuck is a light depth and a light assist. That's the last.
You just trying to make some money. Yeah. Now I want to touch on maybe switch topics a little bit. Yeah. You said something about just the surplus is the issue. So I've been doing some research, and
there you go.
I think they're one of the largest cultivators in the nation, Glasshouse Farms. And this article is in 2022. So basically, I think the company had a plan to build out 5.5 million square feet of greenhouse. So I'm not sure like what their how many square feet of greenhouse they have already, but let's just say they have probably like at least 2-3 million probably, because this article is in 2022. They might have 5 million by now, but do you think these like licensed companies this is going all on the legal market? Like this is all selling through legit dispensaries?
Bro.
Or are they backdooring packs?
I don't know why you asked you that shit, bro. You do it. I like, dog, these folks is backdooring the fuck out them packs, man. They backdooring the fuck out them packs. Listen, bro, you got grows that's only doing, like you say, people who doing 150 every 3 weeks.
Yeah, I know a grow that's doing every 3 weeks. I went to this grow and they said they're doing every 3 weeks 110 P's, and they're having issues getting that off. So just 110. How I don't really know how to do the calculation, but how much do you think they're cultivating every month with 5 million square feet of greenhouse. Probably tons
5 million feet of 5 million feet, 5 million
square feet.
square feet. They probably running rooms with lights that got about 50 lights plus.
Well, this is greenhouse.
So that's what I'm saying. So the greenhouse might have 50 to 100 lights.
Yeah.
Each light probably got 3 to 5 plants on a light. 3 to 5 plants. They might be getting 3 pounds. They might be getting 2 pounds out of each plant. They might have grow rooms with 500 plants in a grow room. And don't quote me. You might have 500 plants in a grow room let's break that down in half. So they might be getting 250 pounds out of one grow room, and on them 5,000 square acres, they might have 100 grow rooms. So 100 grow rooms times 250 pounds per grow room, 250,000 pounds.
I don't know how you did that math, but let's just
time?
assume
Like,
that's insane amount. And you talking about every month, so they having to try off because cannabis it has an expiration date eventually.
A lot of them growers, they got shit from last year that's still good. They have it in climate control room.
Yeah, there's ways to kind of preserve it.
Still got
but eventually over time, like you can't have, and there's different storage techniques and things like that. But eventually you gonna, and in the licensed market, on the bags, it tells you when it was packaged. I think it tells you when it was cultivated. So it's like you could see all that. So customers, if they go and see, oh, this was packaged last year and you selling it now, then you go, go ahead. Sorry.
So what they're gonna do is this. So they're gonna turn it into other shit.
Oh, the vapes and the pre-rolls.
Vapes, pre-rolls, things, like the motherfucking crumble. Pre-rolls. Pre-rolls is the ultimate.
Man.
Because it doesn't matter how long the shit is. You can bust that down and pre-roll and send through the pre-roll machine.
Yeah.
Drop some hash on it. It might be some fucking boo-boo. You drop the hash on it, it's gonna smoke. You drop some isolate on it. You know what I'm saying? Some snow cap isolate, the THCAs, the snow caps.
Like you heard of Jeter? That's how they got so big. They do the infuse. Well, they do sprayed. I talked to one of the owners. He literally said like this is like spray weed. Yeah. And then they put all the infused, like the hash or whatever, the oils. But he literally admitted, he's like, yeah, we flavor or we spray it or infuse it or whatever they do. And then they also put the hash and things like that on it.
And that's what I'm saying, bro.
And they killing the game because their profit margins is probably crazy.
Man, killing the fucking game. That ain't the word, dog. It's a big market for all it. Like, bro, it's no way these dispensaries getting off all that weed, bro, in the legal market. I'm sorry.
So you saying this publicly traded company, Glasshouse Farms, like even there?
Yes.
It just doesn't even make.
Hold up, I'm about to show you some shit.
Yeah.
Hold the fuck on. Hold on. Wait a motherfucking minute. Let me see. Let me share the screen right back.
Yep.
What the fuck I'm sharing it? Oh, let's get it. Man, look at this shit, man. Come on, dog. Hold up. Let me start it back. And we all done bank with these folks before.
Investigators in Philadelphia are searching a cargo ship captured in what's being called one of the biggest drug busts in U.S. history.
Billion.
17 tons of cocaine has been recovered, worth more than $1 billion on the street. Officials tell CBS News there might be another 30 tons on board on top of what they've already found. The ship's second mate and crew member have been arrested and charged, admitting they helped load the cocaine for more than a dozen other boats while at sea.
Yeah, from Chile, Peru, and Panama and the Bahamas before it got to Peru.
That's right. It was on its way to the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did it say about J.P. Morgan Chase?
A cargo ship that was seized last month with nearly 20 tons of cocaine on board with an estimated street value of $1.3 billion to J.P. Morgan Chase. The ship belonged to J.P. Morgan Chase,
one of the biggest banking conglomerates in the world.
Morgan was one of the people who he got the United States out of
the recession, the depression.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Him and Rockefeller, like between them two, they damn near bought the country out of, you know what I'm saying? Depression. So if J.P. Morgan, you dig what I'm saying? Like could have cocaine on his fucking ship. Let's just like the owner. Like, fuck that. We giving him the show. Like it was his ship. Because if they go to your house and find some bricks, it's your shit. You going under, my boy. Like, if they go to your house and they find some bricks,
even if you had nothing to do with it, like you can't. What is it? What do they say? Like what is
like
it?
liable clause, like meaning like it don't matter if you didn't know it wasn't.
Yeah, basically like if you didn't know, that's not an excuse for like breaking a law. Like not you saying like, oh, I didn't know you can't kill people. That's not an excuse. Yeah.
So look what it say.
Uh-huh.
Is that a C or just a G?
Like basically ignorance is not an excuse for like breaking a law.
Yeah, ignorance is.
Yeah, like you can't say, "Oh, I didn't know you can't do that." So
I know I can travel with a half a block, but the law says you can travel with a QP.
Yeah.
Well, they had a QP. Jail you go. So look, JP Morgan Asset Management clients through a transportation fund managed by the bank. A source said JP Morgan leased the ship to the Mediterranean Shipping Company, a Switzerland-based shipping company, which is solely responsible for the vessel's crews and operations. Oh my God.
They're trying to be like, oh, it was them.
Yeah.
It was them.
JP Morgan Chase declined to comment on record. Bro, this should be in our face. So if you think that these dispensaries, you think that these motherfuckers who growing all this weed,
cultivators for millions of square footage.
And granted, they probably got insurance on the weed too. You know how the shit go. America was built off insurance. The first insured product was black people. So America has a history for insuring every fucking thing.
Yeah.
We probably insured if it go bad or we'll do. They're gonna double dip on it. It's gonna go bad. They're gonna backdoor it.
Yeah.
And write it off. Insurance claim, get half of what it was worth, and then sell it on the black market.
On the back end, and then double dip. I want you to react to this video where the CEO of Glass House, so that company that had like all these millions of square footage, he was in New York. And this was during when New York was in that gray market area where it was like all those, the bodegas and the liquor stores that were dispensaries.
It was, hey, listen, not to cut you, they was going crazy. I remember they had like drive-through weed shops where it just was like cut in the wall and a window.
Correct. Yeah.
Like New York been on that type of time with the weed, having like just where you just knock on the window type shit. You got the order. You know what I'm saying? They even had like weed vending machine.
But this was during a time when it went legal, but they didn't have the infrastructure in place for like dispensaries. So it was the police were like turning a blind eye because they couldn't really prosecute anybody since it was legal. So this video is like he's walking into one of these illegal dispensaries and his product is on the shelves and he was acting clueless, like, oh, I don't know how it got here. So I want to get your reaction. And this is from my boy LMC. He makes some great content. He does great videos and stories and stuff like that. So
in Brooklyn, noticing that our forbidden flowers, looked at it, have no idea how it got here. It's legit. It's our stuff. Looked at Plus Gummies. It's legit. There's a bunch of other California products here. It looks good. Can't verify theirs because I don't know them as well as our own, but Glass House flower.
Hey, bro, I wonder,
why is he acting clueless? Like he doesn't. Oh, he literally said it's legit, but I don't know how it got here.
I'll be wondering.
You the CEO of the company. It's legit. Bro, I don't know how it got here.
I'll be wondering if like white guys wake up and just be like, oh, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want today. Hey, bro, I wonder if like white guys wake up and just be like, and shout out to my white dudes, bro. Shout out to my white boys, man. Those who fuck with me, I'll fuck with you. It's genuine. I really be wondering, like, do y'all wake up and just be like, I'm not gonna follow rules today. Who's gonna stop me? Dog, bro, like, bro, you know how I got there? Like,
you the CEO of the company, bro.
Like, he's getting money, bro. He's wearing sweaters with button-down collars underneath. We're not talking about just a polo underneath. He's wearing sweaters with button-down collars underneath. Please, God damn, brother, that feeling must be good.
Glass House Farms in last quarter, December 2024, they made $53 million in revenue. That's 1/4.
Glass House, do y'all need sales representatives? Like, y'all need promoters? Do y'all need sales reps, brand ambassadors? Hey, doing pretty well there.
Yeah, 53 million. So they did 12 million in income profit. Yeah. But I just wanted to, like, man, back to what we were talking about, bro. These large corporations, legit legal licenses, bro, they be backdooring packs, bro.
Hell yeah.
They backdooring shit, bro.
Man, I ain't lying. The legal sector,
Because like what you said, it all goes back to, bro, it's about who can make it's about money now. How can you make the most money, bro? Ethically. I mean, whatever, yeah, weed is still a Schedule 1 drug, but it's like, bro, you're not hurting nobody. Like this, it's not, yeah, it may be illegal to ship weed or whatever, but it's not like you're killing somebody or shooting somebody. So really, I mean, you're not doing anything wrong. You know what I mean? I guess license wise, like you're not supposed to do that, but bro, it's about making money, bro. So they're gonna do whatever they need to do.
man, I think the best markets have like a black market. Like, you can go pay for cosmetic surgeries, but it's booming overseas. You can go overseas and get it for cheaper.
Correct.
Do just as good quality, maybe even better sometimes. It's kind of how the black market roll. To the consumer doesn't know that a lot of shit on the black market comes from the legal market.
Man.
Let me say it again. The consumer, the custo, doesn't know a lot of times that the dispensary down the street, your local trappers may possibly be having some of the same products, if not better. Of course, certain things on the black market needs to be investigated deeper before you purchase, of course. But most thriving markets have a black market. You know what I'm saying? So like, it just be mind-boggling to me. Like, just like with police, like police be having people in their family sell drugs or on drugs or use drugs. And we're gonna say drugs. I'm gonna say, let's just say weed. We're gonna say weed. And they'll hard up be on the fucking narcotics unit, busting people for pounds and shit, and get off of work and go smoke a joint.
Bro, it's funny you said that. You seen the cop that got busted with his son selling weed, or like they was like selling weed or something?
I never seen it.
Well,
But it's not far off. I remember in 2019, like, my crib got raided. Told y'all my right hand partner raided on me.
Correct.
Whole spot together. And I was out on bond and shit and fighting the charge, and there was a lot of sketchy shit kept happening. Like I said, they had a track on my vehicle and all kind of shit. So when the police kicked my shit in there, like, get the fuck on the ground, fucking hands down. And I guess they was expecting us to have like hard drugs. I guess they just was expecting, by looking at us, they just was expecting us to have harder shit. Anyway, a couple of weeks went by, and I ended up seeing one of the narcotics officer, going in the Dollar Tree with a black woman. And I could tell she smoked weed. Like, you know your people. White folks, they can hide shit.
Yeah.
Kind of, because they get the benefit of the doubt just because it's skin color.
Right, yeah.
But he was walking in and he held the door for it. And I looked at him, he looked at me, and I shook my head at him. Like, you was a bitch. Like, cause you one of the narcotics officers who arrested me. Like, you got a whole black woman with you, bro. And I'm looking and they going into the Dollar Tree. So I say that to say, like, a lot of police, it's like they're being bamboozled with the war on drugs shit, because the big corporations getting rich and using them as pawns to further divide the people. The corporations are still making money off the drugs, like off the weed.
Something that's still Schedule 1.
Still a Schedule 1. So it's like they double dipping. So the rich people of the world are making police jobs harder, because now police are on this war against weed, right?
But these big corporations are also backdooring.
They're back. The big corporations are profiting.
Double dipping from both markets.
So they double dipping from they pumping the weed out. Police are being pushed to pursue weed peddlers, dealers, whatever you want to call them. And then the big corporations are still double dipping on private prisons. And police and citizens are still having a disconnect, while the people at the top are still sitting back chilling, saying, look at
and fueling the black market.
still fueling the black market.
Yeah.
So that's why
Like that dude that got arrested for them peas, they might have been from Glass House Farms. They might have been from Glass House Farms, bro.
Bro,
A
it might have been,
legal
bro.
cultivator.
You dig what I'm saying? But police don't even know this information
Yeah.
because we in the matrix, the rat race. You can't know shit like you don't have time to think. Like police is working 12 hours, 13-hour shifts, 14-hour shift. They don't have time to think about this shit. They don't have
Like, what is the purpose of me doing this?
when somewhere they're growing this shit and they can't even sustain how much they're growing, so they gotta dump it and they're dumping it back into the black market, back into the community, back into the hands of trappers who are putting it on the customers, and the customers are going to work and choosing to buy this because whatever situation they're going through in their life. They can't think about it, bro. Go to work, go to work. It's a double entendre to keep us divided. Remember what I said in the beginning, like divide and conquer. If they can divide the citizens amongst nationality, religion, race, and
I got a badge. You don't got a badge.
they got us, bro. And it's just, that's why I could never be a police, regardless of me having a record. I could never be a police because you got me fucked up if we about to seize $1 million cash and give it back to the government and give it back to the so they can put it in the fucking.
It's like I had got pulled over one time. I was going the flow of traffic, and the police they trying to hide, and he said he clocked me at 85, which I don't even think he had a lidar. I'm still about to fight the ticket.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh well, I just," and then he's trying to ask him, I'm like, "Bro, just give me the ticket, bro. I don't like." He made me go get all off the freeway, like just do unnecessary stuff. Like I'm trying to get somewhere. He made me get all off the exit, and once he was done, I had to go in a whole different other route. And he's like, "Oh yeah, so." They trying to act nice and stuff. It's like, "Yeah, I just clocked you for 75. I'm like, "Bro, so the speed limit is 65 and you clock me for 75 and you're giving me a ticket?"
Yeah.
Like, bro, like what are we doing? Like, are you serious? I could see if I'm going like 100 miles, but how many people on the road go 70? Like what are you accomplishing giving somebody a ticket going 75 miles per hour? And you claimed I was going 85, but I wasn't going 85. That's why you said, "Oh, I'm gonna just reduce it to 75." It's like, what are we doing? Like, what does this got to do with anything? Like, that's just my whole thing with police. It's like you think you're doing something, but at the same time, you pulled me over. It's a dude probably drunk on the road that ran into somebody. And it's like, bro, is it that? I'm not condoning speeding or anything, but it's like, bro, everybody goes 75 on it. You might go 5-10 miles over the speed limit. It's like, bro, is that really that important to? I just don't, and I never get tickets, nothing like that. I'm not somebody who constantly speeds and things like that. It's just like, bro, I don't. That's just what blows my mind. It's like, what do you think you're accomplishing pulling somebody over 75 miles,
going into 65, going with the flow of traffic,
bro?
Going with the flow of traffic on a regular.
But you just want to pick out me, and I'm not saying like, oh, it was because I'm black. It's just like, bro, you just want to just be like, oh, I'm the police, and you're going 10 miles over. I'm gonna make you get all the way off the exit and all this extra stuff, and it's just like, bro,
the exertion.
Yeah, exactly. That's
You know what I'm saying? The exertion of power.
Try to ask you where you're going. It's like, bro, why does that matter? That doesn't matter to you.
Like you gonna give me a ticket or what, bro? Free game, Neil. When I was locked up, they taught me this shit. Take all tickets to trial if you don't want to pay it. Trial costs more than the actual ticket that they're gonna reduce your ticket or they're gonna throw it out.
Yeah.
So if you got the time to go to court and play, if they want to wrestle, bitch, we gonna wrestle.
Yeah, I beat a ticket like that one time going to court, and the dude he had no proof. Like the judge was like, "Oh, where's your certification to use a lidar?" This dude going through he brought this big stack of books. He trying to go, "Well, sir, if you don't have certification to use a lidar, you can't say he was speeding." And they threw the case. So I beat a ticket like that before.
And even
the dude was just looking stupid. He went in because most of the times when you go to court, most of the times the officers don't show up, and you don't show up, you're gonna beat the case. This dude it was like 50 people there. He wanted to prove a point, and it was like me and one other Mexican dude. He wanted to prove a point, and he was like it was him and one other officer. They went and threw out like 50 cases, and he was like, "Oh, Nehemiah, your officer showed up, so you're gonna have to." And then he tried to make up all these, in this roadway people speed and stuff, and the judge was like, what does that have to do with anything? He's like, do you have certification to use a LiDAR? And then he trying to go through all his books and things like that. He's like, well, we're gonna have to throw out the case. So I definitely know what you mean for sure when you say that.
Yeah, brother. Like, so these folks, bro, if you don't want to pay that ticket and you got time, take that shit to trial on it.
Definitely.
Now them small towns, that's how they eat off. They eating off the tickets.
For sure.
They
It's a
eating off.
matrix, like what you said.
The small towns, that's their shit. But if you in a city, a metropolitan area, or even like just a city, take their ass to fucking trial.
For
Man,
sure.
They're gonna be mad. One time I did, they was so hot, bro. It was like, bro, but it was so hot. They like, I said, I want to take it to trial, and they looked at me like, I'm like, I want to take it to trial. They made me stay after everybody in the courthouse. So they made my shit the last one. They was like, so, you want to just pay? I'm like, let's take it to trial. I'm not paying.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. I didn't have an inspection sticker, but the other shit, no. I wasn't riding close on nobody, and I didn't make an illegal U-turn. And they threw all that shit out. I just had to pay for not having an inspection sticker. Take that shit to trial, bro.
But I mean, that just goes all to say, like what you said, man, this shit is just a matrix, bro. The same people that's feeding the legal market, they also perpetuating the black market, which is leading these cops on a goose hunt to catch the people that are just getting this supposed Schedule I drug. They're trying to get this off the street, but it's like, bro, the people that's fueling it on the legal market are the same people that's also feeding the black market, bro. So why are you not going after them? It's crazy, man, when you really think about it. But it's like what you said, the police they so in this tunnel, in this rat race, they're not even looking at the full spectrum of everything.
It would be no way in hell I could be a police and seize 500, 600 pounds and just be content with going put that bitch in a storage locker and letting rats eat it. Like letting rodents eat the bitch up, and I gotta pay a mortgage every year. I'm sorry, it's just me. And guess what? Some police probably gonna watch it and be like, yeah, shit, go figure, still a black guy. You don't have listen, slavery was a law, was legal. Would that make it right? Feeding your family is the righteous thing to do.
Yeah.
I know policemen that's struggling. I know policemen that they only police because of the benefits. Car, gas,
health insurance and stuff like that.
Insurance for the kids, 401k,
pensions.
They salary shit. They only that for the benefits because that's the best that they can come up with securing a good life.
Yeah.
And they run across a fucking 1,000-pound seizure, $500,000 seizure. And they gotta turn that shit in and go back to that and pay that mortgage. I couldn't do it, bro. Couldn't do it.
Man, can we watch this? Leon County deputy and son facing charges tied to drug trafficking and manufacturing.
2 rifles, a Glock, and a box full of cash. That's what investigators say they found inside the home of a now former Leon County deputy in connection with a drug investigation. I'm Kenya Cardone in the downtown Tallahassee neighborhood. Bill Culpepper Jr. has been terminated from the Leon County Sheriff's Office, where he worked as a school resource deputy. Culpepper and his son Garrett are accused of conspiring to traffic drugs. In March 2024, an informant told investigators that Garrett was selling large amounts of drugs in his Tallahassee home, and that he also had a large machine in his home that could fill hundreds of THC cartridges.
What?
Then in September, another informant who was under investigation told police they had purchased THC cartridges found in their home by Garrett. Informants told police that Garrett went by the street name Immune because he believed he was immune from prosecution or arrest because his father was a deputy. They also told police that his father, Bill, was aware of his drug dealings, with at least one informant claiming to have gone to Bill's home in Havana with Garrett in 2023 to retrieve 20 pounds of marijuana. On Tuesday, both Garrett and Bill's home were searched. Arrest documents show that at Garrett's home, officers found a small grow house, THC-filled cartridges, cardboard boxes with parts for
bitches are getting it on.
Bill's Havana address on the labels. In addition to the guns found at Bill's home, officers say they found marijuana grow materials, a locked box that they said opened with a key found at Garrett's home with $67,000 inside. According to arrest documents, officers say one of their informants told them that's where Garrett kept his drug proceeds. I spoke to his attorney, Tim Jansen, about the charges against him.
Own
Well,
it.
there's serious charges, and we're going to defend him aggressively. He's got no criminal history whatsoever and was a law enforcement officer.
Oh, they
So we're going to do the best we
straight top
can
off.
and find out what really happened.
Pause it,
and how we
Neil.
got to this point.
Now, as part of his bond,
Pause it. This is what I was saying about waking up and being a white guy. This is the proof of what I just said, bro. The lawyer said this is serious charges against him. We're definitely going to defend him aggressively. He has no criminal record and he's a law enforcement. Oh my fucking God.
What does that got to do with anything? Yeah.
Oh my fucking God. Hey, cause so he the fucking police, he can sell that shit. He could, if he
His son said that's you heard. He said, "Hey, my dad's the police, so he's immune to any type." That's what I guess they thought. Like,
and I could tell you what happened with that situation. It sounded like his son was a green ass motherfucker serving anybody, bringing people to the fucking spot, telling them his dad is the fucking laws. These people out here be fucking rats, bro. These motherfuckers be. Hold on, bro. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute.
that nigga was slanging shit like Dante Culpepper,
Boy, that hey,
Bill
bro.
Culpepper, that boy Bill Culpepper,
bro. They had a fucking trap booming, and the police had the fucking trap booming, dog. The police had the trap booming. Hold up. Let me tell you about this rat and shit.
That shit is crazy, bro.
Let me show you about this rat and shit right now. And this is why I say we ain't even dug deep. We ain't even get into rats yet. We're gonna get into it because that's gonna be a whole segment. Like I say, I have a strong disdain for rats. Like you take a man from his family because your pussy ass couldn't handle it. You take another man from his family because your pussy ass couldn't handle it. Man, that's morally wrong. Fuck a ethics, nigga. That's being a rat is morally wrong, dog. Morally, you are a fucked up man for that shit. For being involved in something that you can't handle, and then you go drag another man down to the bottom too. Man, I don't got no love for you. Look at this shit though. What is the average confidential informant salary by fucking state, man? Man, these folks is paying these niggas to be rats. New Brunswick, average salary for a rat, $95,000. Monthly pay, $79,000 as a fucking rat. Washington, you dig what I'm saying? Washington, $94,000 a year, $7,900 to be a fucking rat. DC got some good ratting ass niggas up there. Look at this shit, $94,000. And don't think it's just black people being fucking rats. Because understand me, you know they ain't paying just niggas this much amount of money to be a rat. They paying them white boys that shit. They paying the Mexicans that shit. They paying the motherfucking Irishmen, them Asians that shit. DC, $94,000 to be a rat a year. Man, this shit is fucked up, bro. Alaska so fucked up. They paying motherfuckers $90,000 to be a rat a year in Alaska. Man, let's see. Let's go down. Let's go down to where they getting it on at. Nevada, $85,000 a year to be a rat.
Quebec. Oh, you could be a rat in Quebec.
But you know, Quebec got the mafias and shit.
Oh, okay.
They get it on in Quebec. They get it on in Quebec. They get it on, brother. Real talk.
Oh, British Columbia.
Oh
it don't matter where the region.
Don't matter what the region. They paying California $82,000 to be a rat. Man, that's a regular life. You think your fucking distro plug might be a whole rat, bro? And they might be, your whole distro plug might be building a whole Fed case on you. Man, so this is why I say about the prices, bro, the risk and the reward, bro. You out here selling this shit on the black market, trying to please the custo. Let me tell you about the greed ass, cheap ass custo. The greed ass, cheap ass custo don't give a flying fuck, bro. They don't give a flying fuck. They just want
because it plugs everywhere.
It's plugs everywhere.
Yeah.
So you taking these chances, and you could possibly be fucking with a fucking rat, bro. This is the government paying these folks. Let's go to fucking. I want to see Mississippi get. Oh man, you getting paid $79,000 a year in Mississippi to be a rat, man. You living good, bro. You living large in Mississippi, man. Fuck, man. Bro, Oh my God, bro. North Carolina, South Carolina,
Oh
7
my
grand.
God. Oh my God.
Bro.
So what do you think was going to touch back on the Bill Culpepper situation? What do you think was going through his head? Was it greed? Was it what you said? Like one day he was busting people and then he just like, man, I'm gonna just start selling this shit. Fuck F that.
Man.
Or what do you think? What do you think transpired for this to where he was filling up vape carts? He had a grow. He was selling peas. He was doing everything. He was like literally one-stop shop.
Man, bro, that dude
Vertically integrated, seed to sell.
I'm about to put him on the song.
Bill Cole.
I'm about to name a song. Matter of fact, Neil, text me his name right now. I'm about to I'm going to the studio. I'm going to record tonight. Bill Culpepper Flow. Bill Culpepper Flow. I swear to God, you think it's a man on everything, bro? Man, on my mama. Bill, I'm putting all my chains on. I'm going in my mode. I'm eating a shroom. I'm going in my mode tonight. Bill Culpepper Flow. Say, dog.
Slanging brick.
I feel like Bill. I'm on my Bill Cole. I'm on my Bill Culpepper shit, slinging bricks, slinging bowls, slinging O's. I got everything for sure. We got highs, we got lows. Bill Culpepper Flow.
We got grows.
We got grows. We got
vapes with a low.
We got halves. We got blocks. We got everything. Yeah, we got dabs. Let me tell you what happened to Bill Culpepper. Bill Culpepper living in Florida, high overhead. We got beautiful women everywhere. Need the money.
Yeah.
He the police. Police only getting you so much of pussy.
Yeah.
Florida, people got a bag out there. And you gotta understand, Miami and all that shit was built off of cocaine. Miami was like a dusty ass place at first, bro. Shit was dusty as fuck.
Correct.
Cocaine, Cubans came and all that shit with the fucking bricks and all that shit. They built that shit up to what it is now. Okay. Bill Culpepper being a policeman saying, I'm making some shit. I'm making my salary is bullshit.
50,000, 60,000 a year.
And this motherfucker house that we just kicked in, this motherfucker got $300K in his house. How much you making? How much? What's the street value? Damn, the street value of this weed is 80,000. Damn, could pay my mortgage off. I ain't got. He tapped in. He probably started busting niggas and taking their dope first, and then started saying, "I'm leaving too much of a loose end," because that's giving the motherfucker. You take my work. And now motherfucker got ammunition to tell on you. How about I grow this shit? How about I teach my son how not to get caught? Because I'm the fucking police. Problem where he dropped the ball at his son is green. And being green can hurt you in the black market. Because you thinking everybody's your friend. I used to make niggas lift their shirt up when they pulled up on me. Hey, lift your shirt up, bro. Yeah, lift your shirt up, bro.
Not taking no chances.
Lift your shirt up, dog. Damn, Flock. Damn, yeah, man. I got it. Yeah, bro.
You're not taking no chances.
Take that hat off. Hey, look, bro. Let's step out the car. Leave your phone in the car, man. Hey, it's in the parking lot. It's right there in the trash can. Being green in the black market, everybody not your friend, bro. So having a good heart, it seemed like his son was just showing them up. Yeah, like just willy-nilly, like just a swinging dick.
Hey, we selling peas, boy, just tapping in with everybody. But if you need them packs, boy, woo.
You see, we got this shit. Look, let me show you the crate. This the machine we're using to make it. Fuck this daddy up, bro. Fuck this Paul. Not his paw got to be forced to retire.
Because it might not even be the person you tell. It's just word gets around. So it's like that person you tell might be cool, but it's like then they start talking to somebody else. And that person start, hey, Bill Culpepper, boy, he be. And then you don't know who it can get around to the wrong person. It might not even be the person that you directly told. It's just they get in a conversation, they talk to someone, somebody else talk to someone. And then it get to a point where you may have told them, oh, yeah, we moving 50 Ps. And then now the telephone game, then it's bro, they moving 500 Ps. You know what I mean? Like communication gets distorted the more that it travels.
And bring a CI in your operation, you're fucked. When the CI hits your operation, you are fucked, dog. Man, it's hard to be the CI, bro. It's hard to catch them bitches, bro.
Yeah.
It's hard, bro. A bitch wore Y on me.
Damn.
And she brought a police officer with her, fine ass bitch. I'm talking about ass galore. In the paperwork, this hoe had a fucking camera on her fucking head, bro.
Damn.
It's hard to be a CI, bro. I be weary of mother. That's why I say I be weary of motherfuckers who was on the scene and just fell off the scene
and then just pop back up.
But when it was off the scene, it wasn't doing nothing constructive. They just was off the bitch.
Yeah, and then just randomly they just call you.
Pop up, now they hitting you up, and now they back in the mix. No, bitch, you ain't starting no business. Your mama, nothing wasn't. Your daddy wasn't sick.
No lawsuits or nothing that you. Yeah.
No lawsuits. You wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like I got hit by 18 wheelers, so I might have to get off the scene in about a couple months.
Yeah.
I might have to really be off the scene because I got hit by 18 wheeler.
Correct.
These motherfuckers. That's why I say, bro, being green, it's better to be paranoid in the black market. Always be paranoid. Always expect it. You know what I'm saying? Because you just never know, bro. A lot of people can't take that pressure. That's why I say I would never sell nothing illicit other than weed. Because I'm not even gonna have the room. Because I know if I get caught with this or if I get caught with that, I know it's only this. You'll never see me. I never tried to indulge in dealing arms, dealing hard shit. No. So yeah, bro. Bill Cultivation.
Were you really making a song?
I swear to God.
I could feel it. That might be the one, bro.
I swear to God, bro. It's gonna be a trap anthem. Bill Cultivation. I'm gonna read up on his shit. I'm gonna read up on this shit, and then I'm gonna eat some shrooms.
Then you go to the booth.
Yeah.
That Bill Cultivation.
That Bill Cultivation flow, bro.
Last question. I've been talking to a lot of people about branding. I feel like we haven't really talked about that. What's kind of your thoughts on just branding in the cannabis space, like the importance of that?
That's the next level of professionality. A guy just paid me. This week I had 5 consultation hour calls, and I thrive on being a real nigga.
Correct.
Like that's my
forte.
That's my forte, and that's my niche. So when it comes to Brandon Neal, I'm gonna say this. I had one of my mentees told me this. He called me. I gave him some information. I just want to let you hear it.
Hey, what's good, Bernie? Hope you're having a good day so far. I wanted to tell you, since we had that conversation the other day, 3 days ago, I literally have doubled what I usually do in a week. I did it in like 2 days. So, like, just off of the little subtle shit that you
the results.
Just want to tell you I appreciate it, bro. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. Before having that conversation with you, I was struggling a little bit with a lot of shit. I got a lot of shit going on. You know, my lady might be pregnant. Like, I got a lot of shit going on, and not enough bread to do a lot of things. And I told you about the crypto stuff and everything.
It's all speak for itself.
And I told him brand. I said brand your products, bro. And I think he said his trap doing like 3 bowls a month, 5 bowls maybe a month. He busting down though. I said have flavors and qualities. If you fucking with indoor, get you some light dips too. You know what I'm saying? And I gave him some tips, and in 3 days that dude made what he would normally make in like 7 days. Marketing, bro. Branding is important, bro.
Yeah.
Being a brand is important, dog. Real talk. Being a brand is very, really important. And we'll touch on that on another dive deep in it. But like, I'm gonna say this: the bar for weed only gets so high. So once you get this high, and if everybody got this high,
what separates you from the competition?
Brandon. You gotta have something distinctive about you.
Special sauce. What's your special sauce? Everybody should think about that. What is your special sauce? Why would somebody want to buy your stuff compared to somebody else? Why does somebody buy Louis Vuitton instead of buying a Walmart t-shirt that's probably the same, like essentially the same quality, but Louis Vuitton is $600 for a t-shirt and that Walmart t-shirt is $5. It might be made in the same factory. Who knows? But just think about that. We're not even going to answer that question. Just some homework for y'all. Like, why do people do this? Like, why is this human nature for people to gravitate towards some brands and others? It's just like, okay, whatever. It's just a Walmart t-shirt.
That's some homework.
But man, appreciate you like always. Anything to close it out?
Man, listen, man. Y'all go stream Flocka Trent Pound Man and go stream Flocka Trent Motion Guide, man. You can't have nothing without motion these days. Gotta have motion, man. Heavy motion, man. And hit the fucking gym, man. Health is wealth, bro. Come on, man. Hit the gym. Y'all gonna be on a journey with us. Hit the gym or do your push-ups, 100 push-ups a day. what we work.
We both be posting gym content too. Like we actual real people. So I post, I'm at the gym. I know you be posting, you at the gym. So we be trying to inspire people in other ways because it's like, yeah,
like
for sure.
Yeah, like the gym or just eating healthy, bro. You make all that money and you're not healthy, you fried, you're cooked.
Mentally, spiritually, physically, you gotta connect everything as one to really get to the next level. So, I mean, you could be like your business could be going crazy, but it's like, bro, you still gotta cultivate the mental and the physical side of that too to really get to the next levels. But that's some sauce for another day. But
yeah,
man, I'm looking forward to that Bill Culpepper Jr. That shit gonna be the hit of the year, the Trapper's anthem of the year.
Yeah, I'm going in tonight.
All right, y'all. Peace.
All right.